Oh, I saw that one.
Yeah? Where you're like, oh, that's a spicy meatball.
Ooh.
Now we know.
We know. Do you want more?
Well, that is an interesting question.
Oh, absolutely.
That's a very affirmative action, but it is the correct answer. All right, let's do this. Hello everyone, welcome to the Vanguard Uplink podcast. I am your host, CCP Gortz, and joining me this week is the returning CCP Wonky.
Hello.
And the returning CCP Kovu.
Hi.
Hi, they are CCP London's premier QA team, which is handy because today we are talking about all things QA, which arose from the last VIP test. We're going to be talking about what went good, what went bad, and how you help things along. And then we've also got an extra section of questions that we've had from our Discord community following our last podcast. So let's get into it.
Oh,
I know, right? Energy.
very exciting.
Energy. All right, so we have just had our latest VIP test. How did that go for you guys?
It was a success.
Yeah.
Lots of bugs were reported, which from our end is very much a success.
So in this most recent test, how many bugs were identified?
I think we had maybe about 50.
Yeah.
I think 50 different posts came through. But we kind of work mostly out of the forums. So if you did report in the main channels, it's possible that we missed it.
Right.
But forum-wise, I think we had 50 bugs that were reported.
Yeah, 50 bugs. And that was the first round of the test, or this was overall?
Oh, first round I think was 50. Second was 40. Yeah.
Yes, I think
Quite a
so.
lot. We did have some dupes because there was some stuff we thought we had fixed and that kind of popped up again, unfortunately.
That does happen.
Unfortunately.
Does it?
Time to time.
No time. So, like, were there any particular notable ones that caught you by surprise?
We've had an issue with redeploying to sessions where people will rejoin like the same session and they'll experience issues like sometimes they'll have no HUDs, sometimes they'll have like their movement or their gunplay affected, but they won't be able to do either.
Immortality.
Immortality is,
Not the worst bug to have.
No.
People did get to explore the map, which was nice in a way. Yeah. So
So
that
run
was a
out of
success.
bounds.
Yeah.
See the sea.
It was a new map. We already got to see it.
Maybe.
In terms of logging all these bugs, 90 bugs in total, certainly the first 50. So was that done over this period of 3 weeks the community's been hearing about? Because they had that initial test and then 3 weeks later, stuff was fixed and they went back into it to see the changes. So is that you guys reporting these bugs and these bugs getting fixed?
Yeah. That was a big part of the second playtest was like hopefully addressing a lot of that stuff, as well as feedback, of course.
Yeah.
Like from our perspective, we were pretty keen to get as much stuff reported and fixed as we could.
And so how does that work? Do you log what's happening and then pass that on to the relevant person that can fix it?
Yeah. Like we log it and then we also like try and talk to the community. So any follow-up questions that we have or that developers have, kind of liaise and just make sure like everybody is passing on as much information as they can.
We've squished these 3 weeks of bugs, but is it kind of like whack-a-mole, like you squish one and another emerges? Was there any new ones that came through?
I don't think there was anything especially gross that came out the second time. I think there was some NPC stuff because we tweaked a lot of the NPC behavior.
Yeah, that's true.
And so I think there was some stuff like the NPCs would they would run at you and like a Scooby-Doo skit, they would all see you and all turn around and run the other way. So I think that was kind of unveiled in the second round of stuff.
Okay.
If you came at them from an angle, like if you came around the barracks and you were trying to shoot them and then use the wall as cover, they would run at you and then do what looked a bit like a panicked run back because they wanted to go and seek cover. But it was a bit goofy to see if you couldn't see the cover they were going for. It's just a bunch of men in their scary suits just going, nope.
We've had
away.
feedback on those suits. 2 space lycra, we're told.
Yes, I saw like bike cyclist.
So
Lycra?
yeah,
I can't know how.
yeah, like a cyclist spandex.
Yeah.
But
I can
suits,
see
they're
that.
changing. Yeah, they are, but they'll be changed. They'll
Latest
be
look
changed.
for Tour de France.
Space France.
Space France.
Space France. And so one of the ones that I noticed people reporting when I was watching the streams is we had a few people that fell through the Earth or the planet. That was a thing that happened. And it seemed to be in different places from the first test to the second test, although that might just have been sheer bad luck.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the map is like one that was developed specifically for like this particular playtest. So it was like kind of not yet done. And so lots of holes in it, unfortunately. But we're trying to trim them down, plug the holes.
Plug the holes. So then, like the other one I saw was like a sort of trip hazard. So we've got lots of new foliage. Is that the right word? Foliage?
Foliage?
Foliage. Thank you.
Foliage.
So, foliage. So we've got lots of the new stuff like that, but then that was causing people to like trip and the characters to fly about. Is that just because the foliage?
Foliage.
Foliage. This is a work in progress.
Lee.
Edge.
Foliage.
Is this because the foliage is like so new? Is that something that will be like squished out over time?
Yeah.
Yeah, like anything, everything gets collision, and it's sort of a matter of just tweaking it until it's got the right amount of collision on it. Because you can easily go bouncing off of something, or you might slide, or you might go straight through the floor.
Too much grass too soon. That's another podcast.
Whoa.
Right,
Too grass, too furious.
Oh, God.
Too grass. That's the title of the podcast. Too grass, too furious. Different audience. All right, that brings us to the end of the QA section.
Ooh.
If you would like the latest and greatest from EVE Vanguard, be sure to subscribe. A little button will probably appear on screen right about now. So stick tuned here for the latest and greatest. Don't touch the button.
We're just pointing where the button will be.
These people. Stop making the button appear. Every time you do that...
It's over Gortz's face now.
Every time you do that, Action Intern has to put the subscribe button in on screen.
Now it's on Kovu's face.
On your face, back to Wonky's.
Yeah.
We're just wasting time now. Just wasting time. Right, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for joining me, CCP Kovu, CCP Wonky.
Thank you very much for having us.
Yeah, get back to... Did you just do the Kwai thing?
No.
What did you do?
I made another button.
Menaces.
Well, there's going to be so many subscribers after this one video.
Yeah. It's like a game. They're trying to catch it.
Yeah.
I can feel them plummeting already. Oh, Lord. So the next part is we've had a number of community questions come in through our Discord and on the YouTube channel as well. You might not know the answer to these. I may not know the answer to these, but let's try and answer them the best we can.
We'll give it a shot.
We'll give it a bloody good shot. And the first one was, were the last two tests just a section of the game? Like, is there more modes and features that we have already in the back that we've not included with these?
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very affirmative action, but it is the correct answer. Like, yes, we have a bucket load of stuff. But that wasn't included for this test. So for clarity, this was specifically to hone in on the new extraction mechanic above anything else. That and the points of interest. But there is a whole load of stuff, like those of you that played the Nemesis playtest, you'll have seen like our PvP modes. They were in there. I'm trying to think of other stuff that wasn't included.
Expeditions are going to be a big thing that wasn't in this build that will be kind of, tweaked on and improved for alpha.
Yeah, you'll see them again. There was also a PvE quest that wasn't included in this build. It exists. It's just that this recent playtest, we wanted you just to focus on that particular thing. So you will see these things again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
more PvE raids to come, just for you.
Yeah.
So the next question we've had in is, do we intend to like open the floodgates for the next playtest? Like, are we going to let is it just going to be VIPs, or are we going to let the general public in?
I believe the plan is for Steam to be like the way we kind of have the next wave of people come in. So you'll be able to request access and then you'll be let in.
Yeah, so
Exclusively.
We are going wide with the next playtest, so we want as many people in as possible to really hammer the servers and see what you can do, see what you can break.
Whoa, hopefully
nothing
big.
Hopefully
but
nothing
also,
big.
we need something to do.
That's true.
The next one, and this is maybe more one for me, was simply new roadmap when. So that is a tricky one because as I understand it, we are quite lean here in CCP London.
Very lean.
So we are going to have to lean on someone in main CCP over in Iceland to either put that graphics together, or some form of community manager is going to have to make that community map.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Some community manager.
Would hate to be that guy.
somewhere.
Yeah. What we're going to need is Collins and the Vanguard higher-ups to basically agree what we are releasing and when. And that will form the basis of the roadmap. And that will include, again, like those returning features. Are we going to have, like, what missions we're going to put in there? Are we going to have raids in? Contracts? Who knows? Well, they know. That's the problem.
Hopefully.
We need them to decide. And then we can put this on a roadmap. So we want to make that a video, I think a graphic for a roadmap.
Yeah, something people can like screenshot and just like post neatly to people.
Because I'm trying to think the last time we did a roadmap, and I want to say it was literally at Nemesis or
God,
before.
Yeah, it would have been. I think the first one I really the only one I really remember was First Strike. That was ages ago. That was like 2 years ago now.
It was before my tenure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The dark days.
It's nice to say. So yeah, let's get cracking and working on a roadmap soon. I know we hate the word soon, but I think it's going to be Muggins here, and I'll get to it as soon as I can. The next question, which I thought was a good one, is are we going to be adding more VIPs to the next playtest?
Ooh.
Do you want more?
Well, that is an interesting question. Like, I had a target of what the higher-ups wanted to reach in terms of our VIPs, which we pushed past for this most recent test. But I was relying on them a lot more to come forward with the bug reporting, for example. And I don't think going in, people understood what this test was, and I think it just caused a lot of confusion. So the short answer is yes, I think we need to bring more VIPs in, but I also think we really need to concentrate on that messaging that's pushed out for players to understand, because it's fine having people coming in, but we need that feedback. Another one we had is, what are the major topics that are going to be covered in FanFest?
Ooh.
Now, we know. However, in about a week's time, we're going to have CCP Collins and CCP JS talking about their trip over to FanFest and what they're going to unveil. So I don't think we can answer that for them yet. But it will be worth your time. A left field question that we had is, are you going to release any Vanguard merchandise as modelled?
Today by chance.
By sheer chance. So the ask was for the baseball cap, which lives somewhere behind Kovu over there. No is the short answer to that. Not yet, anyway. Not yet. So at the moment, we have merchandise made just for the studio. So those of us that work here get to proudly walk down the high street in our...
And we rock it.
Feels good. Feels good. Looks
Exclusive.
good.
Exclusive. But we have had a lot of people ask. So maybe.
Yeah, I'd get that. I'm a big one for a cap.
Yeah.
I love a cap to commemorate something I've been to or done. So I'd be on board with a cap out there in the world.
All right.
Give it to my friends and family.
That would be nice. Do you think
Socks.
people would want like kind of like stuff from the game? Because I know there's one player who keeps on like asking for a gun from like...
We're not going to 3D print you a gun.
No.
A nice statue of a Vanguard
Yeah, that'd be fun.
deploying down.
Yeah,
or
even
something.
there's like... Yeah, that,
Yeah,
but like
we
a
have a lot of
dude.
this.
A little
Is that
guy.
a gun or is that a ship?
I think
All
it's a
right,
ship.
let's move on to the next
It's a
question.
gip.
I think the final question that we had was, it's more of a statement, and I think quite an interesting one. And it was, what you guys do with Bastions will make or break this project.
Oh, I saw that
Agreed.
one.
Yeah? Where you're like, oh, that's a spicy meatball.
That was tantalizing.
Tantalizing is a good word for it. I think very true, very true. So this harkens back a lot to what Collins was talking about in the last podcast. So right now, what people are experiencing is the building up of the core. We've had our running and gunning in Nemesis, and now we're building up the core of the game. Bastions will be very important for driving the lore narrative and also the social narrative of this game. I just think, and hopefully I'm not speaking out of turn, but I think Bastions will probably be one of the last parts people get to play before the game is properly live. Like, I think the social aspect is something that will be dropped on at the end. Like, it's not ready to be tested yet.
No.
It exists. We know names. We know places, but we can't divulge that yet. But I think in terms of you, the player, getting to access it, Bastions will probably be one of the final pieces of the puzzle.
Yeah. Collins talks about it a lot. It's like the game is primarily an extraction adventure to start with. Like that's your basic loop. But then it will come, and when it comes, it'll be good.
It'll be pretty good. All right, that is all the time we have for today. Thank you very much for watching. We will see you next time with the latest and greatest from EVE Vanguard. Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye. Did you just flip it off?
I did a piece.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a piece.